So first I decided to get a little meal. I haven't eaten anything and it's about, I'd say 1:30, so we're gonna have some chicken curry and this is where I'm eating today. So we're at a little mom and pop place. Hey guys, here we go. We got a chicken curry with some rice, an egg, and some spicy stuff. All right guys, so I'm eating this. It's a nice little meal here for lunch. Not too strong, everything's kind of mild. Curry, egg, chicken, got a little bit of spice. Gotta be careful on the spice though, they do the little red peppers. Be easy on those. All right, I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna hit the road. I'm gonna try to find this little lake. It's a little up the road a ways.
Hey, Vern.
All right, I can finally see the lake in the distance here. You can see how very rarely this is used. You can see the road starting to kind of come up right in here. Almost there, you guys, almost there. It's like not a soul around here other than one guy that just passed on the motorcycle. Nobody else here. Any place to walk around this little reservoir or how it's set up? Maybe I can go out on a dock or something. I kind of go around it and see what options are available here. I've never been here. I don't know anybody that's vlogged this before. I just saw it on the map and I said, let's head for that. Looks kind of cool. Just gets more beautiful the more we go. Look at this amazing countryside here, you guys. Look at that. Hey, we made it. We made it to this lovely little reservoir. And when I find out what the name of it is, I will sure post it. And I'll show you where we're at right now. I found this little trail that came in up alongside this area. And here's where we're at. This is what we rode in today. Got a little bit different scooter. It seemed to be the same kind of Fino 125. They're pretty powerful little scooters. I'm pretty impressed with what they are. All right, so let's walk down here. This would be a great place to throw a line in. I don't have a fishing rod. This would be neat if I did, though. There's got to be something in here. Maybe catfish. There's some geese. In any event, look at this lovely countryside. This is just outstanding. It just keeps getting better the farther out I go, too. So I sent out a poll the other day to see if you guys were hot for me to do a daily vlog. And some want that, some don't. Some want shorter videos. Some want to make sure that I have good content, and I'm all for that. Yeah. Now, my thought was the only way to get this channel up is to make a lot of content. When I leave a country that I've been at for a couple of months and then I change countries, it seems like they're still feeding my Thailand content to Serbia, and a lot of people in Serbia might not be interested in Thailand. So I need to build a base that wants all gen-around travel content, and that's not easy to do. That takes a long time, and I'm feeling the only way that that's going to happen is to put a lot of content out there so it can get noticed and found. You guys are traveling in the Krabi area and you're looking for an area to camp at, or an area that you want to like be low-key where there's nobody up in the area, this is a great area. There's hardly anybody out here. I'm lucky if I saw just a couple of motorcycles on this road. So I'll give you a map of where this is at, and if you're interested in some really remote area, this is a good choice. This is kind of all to yourself, very peaceful. About as quiet can get. You can hear yourself think here. It's kind of a nice thing, right? So this is kind of my check-in of sorts. So what is my plan? My plan at this point is to renew my visa for another 30 days. And it's September 1st, they're talking about possibly opening up some flights for domestic in Thailand. And if that's the case, I may try to go up to Chiang Mai. I don't know if I would go directly to Bangkok at this time. The COVID cases have gone from 20,000 to about 17,000. So I have a feeling that's still going to be under a pretty hard lockdown. So going up there probably isn't going to be of a benefit if I can't move around. So I want to share with you guys a strange dynamic. This is something to think about when you're traveling. So what I've noticed in Europe and also in Thailand, a lot of the dorms are co-ed dorms. Now, if you get a group of mixed in a dorm, it's not so bad. But if it starts to get more heavily female dominant and you're like the only male, or there's maybe one other male and it's mostly females, then what's going to happen is even if you're there first, the women are going to start to become territorial. Now, all of a sudden, you're the bad guy, and they're going to be looking at you for every little thing, and it's a very uncomfortable position to be in. You know, it's almost like you're guilty before you even did anything. And in the end, it's almost like maybe that's why women's huts and men's huts have always been separated, because there's just too much craziness that gets involved when you start mixing the people. You know, like I say, it's okay for really short term, like a day or two, but when it starts to go to like 3 and 4 and it becomes female dominant, then all of a sudden the girls are whispering about you and they're looking at you, and you just feel like you're in a really awkward position. And I was in that position, and I just switched rooms after the third day. I'm like, I'm not playing this game. And so I've got my own 4-bedroom dorm all to myself. And even if it's a little bit more money, I think that's going to be the mainstay from now on. I'm not going to put myself in a position to be scrutinized by the hens in the hen house, so to say. It doesn't make any sense. So something to think about when you're traveling. It sounds cool on paper. Yeah, you're going to have all these girls in your room, whatever. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass. So I'll take my word for it. You're much better off with your own space, your own peace of mind. It's just the way it is. Yeah, I'd be sitting here for hours. If I had a fishing pole, heck yeah. You know there's something out there. There's something swimming right by there. I see it now. Holy cow, that's pretty big too. Oh my God, could that be an alligator? No. Oh, that's pretty damn long, whatever that was. Let's see if I can find it again. Oh, that was pretty long, swimming through there. It's probably about a foot or two. I don't know if there are freshwater crocs in this spot. You got to be wary of wildlife around the water here. That's where you're going to really see your snakes and things that could bite, maybe some lizards. So everybody needs water. Things come to the watering hole, especially at night. So just beware when you're out in these places. All right, so I'm going to see if there is a road that goes to the other side of this. I think there's some businesses on the other side that have like a dock out there, so that's where I'm going to go now. Guys, so I made it down to this part of the reservoir. It's pretty cool down here. I'll show you where we're at and what view we've got from here. So that's the road I came in on. I always want to know what horse you came in on. Well, you can see what I rode in on today. So this is the rest of the reservoir. The bigger part of it would be a great place if there's no alligators in here to launch an inner tube and just sit out there and throw a fishing line in. I seen something out there that was like a foot or two long, and I had seen bubbles in the water, so I don't know what that was. Another little odd tidbit, when I was coming in, remember I showed you that road, how it was kind of falling apart in some areas? Well, that's how remote this road is, and there was some guy that was kind of hanging behind me a ways, and then I'd slow up, I'd look back, and he'd slow up, and I'm like, where is this guy? Why hasn't he passed? This happened about 3 times. Finally, I just started slowing way down, and then I let him pass, and he finally passed. He looked at me kind of weird, went up a little ways, and he was gone for about 5 minutes, and then I seen him racing back the other way. So I thought, okay, this is kind of weird. So I got this bright neon shirt, so it's not like I'm gonna hide very easily. It screams foreigner, and I wasn't really trying to not blend in, but I didn't think that there'd be any kind of issues here. But I guess in any event, when times are tough, things get a little weird. Maybe it'd be more sensible to blend in when you're kind of off the beaten path. So that's kind of my 2 cents if you're gonna go wander in areas that you've never been. So at one point, this went all the way across. You could run all the way around this reservoir and this road here. But right now, you're not getting across unless you're gonna want to go through something about, I don't know, 3-4 foot deep. You got a snorkel on your bike, I guess you could get through there. But it looks to be like a pontoon back over there too. Or a shelter for one. One thing I just reminded myself is I noticed the scooter light was on. I left the key on, it wasn't totally off. Many of these scooters are electric start, and if you leave the battery on where the lights are on and it drains, I don't think they're going to be able to start it without getting a jump start, because these scooters do not have a kick start. So always remember to check the lights and pull the key and make sure there's nothing on this thing, okay? So this is quite a big shell here. I noticed at this little fire here. Somebody made a fire and had this sitting here. Edible? Ah, escargot? That'd be a big snail. Boy, that would be a thumb and a half size to eat that big slimy snail.